like he wrote it. I almost want to hand this microphone outside so you can have the tone.
You want me to go stand up down there?
I want you to everybody see you.
You should go sing the national anthem.
I didn't have my reading
like baseball. Baseball has somebody come sing it every day.
Except the other day, Seth Payne's mom is worse.
Welcome into Auburn High, the softball complex. We are just moments away from first pitch between Auburn High and Smith Station here on this Friday afternoon in Auburn, Alabama. Smith Station Panthers, Auburn High Tigers. We are just a few moments away from national anthem and then first pitch here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Again, just a few moments away, waiting on my board op. He is a little bit late, but we are live right now, so more than likely we'll stay on the air, just go silent during the anthem, and then get you ready for first pitch here between Smith Station and Auburn High from the Auburn High softball complex. We have your starting lineups. We will get to that right after the national anthem. But again, just a few moments away, we'll have starting lineups and the national anthem. So they are introducing Smith Station right now. They will do Auburn High immediately following them, then play the national anthem again. Sorry for the delayed start and the kind of the awkward start, but it's all good. We will get it all situated as soon as we can here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. My name is Jacob Goins. I'm play-by-play, filling in for Jack Hutton. He is out of town this weekend. Of course, today's game being rescheduled due to weather through the Auburn area this week. And he is out of town. He had planned to be out of town. Of course, today's game was not supposed to be played today. So he is out of town. I'm filling in for him. My name is Jacob Goins. I'm play-by-play here on 96.3 W. Lee on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. They just finished up with the starting lineups from Smith Station. We'll go ahead and run through the starting lineups here on the air as well. So your starting lineups presented by the Orthopedic Clinic with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you online at theorthoclinic.com. Starting with the visiting Smith Station Panthers, starting in center field, batting first will be Rachel Whitmer. Batting second will be Adriana Meeks, and left field batting third, Bryn Rapicki. Batting fourth and starting at third will be Savannah Jenkins. Starting in right field, batting fifth will be Summer Crunk. And batting sixth, playing first base, is Sabrina Fox for the Smith Station Panthers. The designated player is Emma Galarza. She will be batting seventh for the Panthers. Playing at catcher, batting 8th is Kelsey Lester, and the 9th hole hitter, the shortstop, Aaliyah Wallace. Your starting pitcher for Smith Station is Zoe Davis, wearing number 86. And for your Auburn High softball Tigers starting lineups brought to you by, well, they're going to do the national anthem, so we will go silent since my board op is not here. We'll go silent for the national anthem. So that was the national anthem being played here at the Auburn High Softball Complex. Let's continue on with the starting lineups presented by the Orthopedic Clinic with locations in Auburn and Opelika to better serve you. Online at theorthoclinic.com. We went through the Smith Station Panthers starting lineup. Let's run through your Auburn High Tigers starting lineup brought to you by the Orthopedic Clinic. Batting first and in left field is Lucy Curry. Second is in center Jaden Jordan. Batting third in right field, Lily Ondi. Batting fourth, number 6, Kate Thornell. She'll be the shortstop. Batting fifth, Allie Roberts at first. It will be Coco Doyle. She is the designated player, but will be playing catcher today. Batting seventh is Ivy Davis at third. Ansley Plan, who will be she's listed as the catcher, but will not actually be playing catcher today. Coco will be playing catcher. And your starting pitcher is Abigail Helms. On the mat, or in the circle, I should say, wearing number 20. That is your starting lineups for the Auburn High Tigers softball team, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. I appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. My name is Jacob Goins, here on play-by-play, filling in for Jack Hudden this afternoon. Sorry for the crazy start. Hopefully we have everything under control here from the Auburn High softball complex. Auburn High takes the field. We are moments away from first pitch between Auburn and Smith Station on this Friday afternoon. Cloudy skies. The lights have come on, obviously not in effect yet, but cloudy skies, temperature continuing to drop. The wind has died down a little bit as well. It's been a windy day here in Auburn, but the wind has died down. Temperature dropping. Should be a beautiful night for softball. Auburn taking on Smith Station. Tigers versus Panthers. Battle of the Cats here at the Auburn High Softball Complex. So just a few more minutes. It'll be Zoe Davis on the mound, in the circle. I'm used to Collins baseball. It's Zoe Davis in the circle for Smith Station. It'll be Abigail Helms in the circle for Auburn. Of course, Smith Station will come up to bat first. It'll be Rachel Whitmer, Adriana Meeks, and Bryn Rapicki to start off for Smith Station here on the top of this first inning on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. So Auburn High has taken the field. Rachel Whitmer ready to step in. Umpires just about ready to say play ball, and we will be underway here from the Auburn High Softball Complex in Auburn, Alabama, here on the campus of Auburn High School. Coaches take their position. Umpires get ready, and they say play ball. Let's get ready. Abigail Helms in the circle. She delivers the first pitch, and it's outside for ball number 1. One-0 count on the first place hitter, Rachel Whitmer, first batter of the day. And it's right down Broadway for strike number 1 from pitcher Abigail Helms. just underway here from the Auburn High softball complex. No score yet between Auburn and Smith Station. It's a 1-1 count on Rachel Whitmer, the leadoff hitter for the Panthers. Runs up and takes it low for ball number 2. Abigail Helms in the circle wearing number 20. Auburn High in their blue home uniforms, white stripe going down the shoulder and the arms with white socks, and Smith Station black helmet and black uniform, and that ball is outside for ball number 3. Black helmet, black uniform with white lettering and numerals with white socks for the Smith Station Panthers. Here's the 3-1 from Abigail Helms. And it's a bunt, tried to go down the third base line, but it's foul. 3-2 count now on the leadoff hitter, Rachel Whitmer. Whitmer steps out of the box, now back in. Helms, a right-handed pitcher. She winds up and delivers and can't catch the outside corner, and that's a leadoff walk for the leadoff hitter, Rachel Whitmer. And it's a leadoff runner for the Panthers here in the top of this first inning. So that'll bring up the second place hitter, Adriana Meeks, starting at second base this afternoon or evening for the Smith Station Panthers, wearing number 17, right-handed batter. Gets low in her batting stance. Runner goes, hit right to third base. Runner's going to get caught, throws over to first, and it's in time. It's a double for Auburn High. 2 away, top of the first. Nicely done from the infield. That ball was hit directly to Ivy Davis on third. The runner went from first and second, trying to steal, got caught. She threw over to first and got her in time. 2 away now, top of the first. No score yet between Auburn High and Smith Station here from the softball complex. Davis delivers the first pitch to Rapicki, and it's up and outside for ball number 1. So Rapicki steps out. She's starting in left field this afternoon. Rocks back and delivers, and it's high and outside. Ball number 2, good stop from Coco Doyle. We're going to have quite a few, or I guess a couple different players playing catcher today. I was informed by the coaching staff from Auburn High. Going to have a few players moving around behind the plate. Here's the second pitch, and it's low and inside for ball number 2 on the third place hitter, Bryn Rapicki. Nobody on base for Smith Station. They had a leadoff walk. Second batter hit it straight to the third baseman for Auburn High, Ivy Davis. She threw over to first to get a double play. 2 away. Here's the pitch. And it's in the dirt for ball number 4. And that's another walk for Smith Station. They now have a girl on. 2 outs with top of the first inning here from Auburn High. So the fourth place hitter, Savannah Jenkins, starting at third, wearing number 21 for Smith Station. Right-handed batter steps into the box, gets her bat high in the air, and takes the first pitch and hacks at it, and it goes foul over the Smith Station dugout to the right end of the parking lot. 0-1 count, 2 away, top of the first inning here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Runner on first for the Panthers. Here's the pitch from Helms, and it's inside, catches the corner for strike number 2. Abigail Helms in the circle for Auburn, trying to get out of this first inning, giving up a couple of walks, trying to get out of it without giving up a run. The batter, Jenkins, steps in, takes the pitch, takes a hack at it, ground ball to third, throw over to first, it's in the dirt, snags it out, and gets her in time for out number 3. It's a ground out for Savannah Jenkins. We head to the bottom of the first.
All currently serving military vets or immediate families of troops killed in action, VetTix is for you. Sign up for free to become a VetTixer and start creating new happy memories that will last a lifetime. Go to vettix.org to become a member now. VetTix, give something to those who gave.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Auburn High and pitcher Abigail Helms gave up a couple of walks, but able to get out of it. Didn't give up a run. We are tied at 0 as we begin the bottom of the first here from Auburn High School in Auburn, Alabama on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. I'm filling in for Jack Hutton this evening. My name is Jacob Goins on play-by-play. I appreciate everybody tuning in here on the Auburn High Sports Network at 96.3 W. Lee. Pretty good crowd turnout from both schools on both sides. We got some fans on the hill up top in left field. Overcast skies, but a perfect evening for softball. Here's the first pitch. And catches the outside corner for strike number 1 on leadoff hitter Lucy Curry for Auburn. And it's Zoe Davis in the circle, wearing number 86. So an 0-1 count now on Lucy Curry starting in left field. And that pitch is outside for ball number 1. 1-1 count as Lucy Curry steps out, steps back in, calls for time, and she steps in, Ben, with a 1-1 count. The pitcher, Davis, rocks back and sends it. And a hack at it, can't make contact as Lucy Curry for strike number 2. 1-2 count, no outs, bottom of the first inning here between Auburn High and Smith Station at the softball complex. Here's the 1-2 from Davis. And it's wild outside, good stop from the catcher, Kelsey Lester. 2-2 count now on Curry. After her, it'll be Jaden Jordan and Lily Ondi on deck and in the hole for Auburn High. Rocks back in, delivers a 2-2, and it's outside again for a 3-2 count. Curry steps in, left foot, drags it, then right. Faces the pitcher. Turns the shoulder and is ready to go. Takes a hack at it. It's a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. She scoops it, throws, and is in time for out number 1. Lucy Curry ground out to short. 1 away, bottom of the first inning here from the Auburn High Softball Complex. So it's number 24, Jaden Jordan, batting second for Auburn High this afternoon against Smith Station. She's getting the start in center field here against the Panthers. Jaden Jordan, the left-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch. Takes a hack at it right past the pitcher, and it's on the ground into center field for a base hit. The first hit of the ball game. Jaden Jordan with a single right up the gut, and she is on first for Auburn High in the bottom of this first inning. Good-looking hit, went right past the pitcher Davis, through the gap past second base, and rolled all the way to the Auburn High A in center field. So Jaden Jordan on first, and that brings up Lily Ondi, the batting third, as the runner decides not to go. She went and then decided not to. Lily Ondi takes ball low in ball 1. Ondi getting the start in right field this afternoon, wearing number 19 for Auburn High. Right-handed batter gets low in the box and waits the pitch from Davis. And it's inside, catches the corner for strike number 1. This umpire's called that so far this game. We'll see if he stays consistent with it. Ondi with a 1-1 count. One's across the scoreboard. Here's the pitch. Takes a hack at it, and it's fouled down the third base line for strike number 2. 1-2 count, 1 away, bottom of the first here from the Auburn High Softball Complex. No score yet between Auburn and Smith Station. The Tigers have a runner on first thanks to Jaden Jordan hitting a single up the gut and into center field. Here's the 1-2 from Davis. Rocks back and sends it. And it's outside for ball number 2. Ondi this season batting .385, has scored 2 runs and 2 RBIs. She has a 2-2 count. Here's the delivery from Davis. Takes a hack at it. It's a blooper into the infield, and it drops. Drops by the pitcher and in between third. Runners are safe at second and first. A perfectly placed ball from Lily Ondi. It was a blooper over the pitcher. Nobody can make a play. It drops into the dirt, and everybody's safe on first and second for Auburn. Lily Ondi gets on with an infield single. It was a blooper right into the dirt. She is safe at first. Jaden Jordan safe at second. And the Tigers are in business in the bottom of the first inning. They have a runner on first and second with just one away. And that brings up Kate Thornell, wearing number 6, starting at shortstop today. Right-handed batter steps in, takes the pitch. And it gets past the catcher into the backstop. Runners will advance. On a wild pitch, the runners advance from first and second to second and third. On the wild pitch from Zoe Davis, it gets past the catcher, Kelsey Lester, and the runners advance for Auburn High. 2 in scoring position with a good piece of hitting here from Kate Thornell. If she can get a hold of one, Auburn High can put the first run on the board. The 1-0 from Davis. She sends it. That's a hack down the third base line and just foul. Almost was able to keep it fair. That would have scored both runs, but just pulls it foul down the third base line for the first strike on the fourth place hitter, Thornell. One's across the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for Auburn High's Kate Thornell. Has runners on second and third in the bottom of this first inning. Rocks back and sends it as Davis, and it's inside and low for ball number 2. Barring a double play after Kate Thornell will be Allie Roberts batting 5th for Auburn. Pitcher Davis checks down at her wrist to get the call. Rocks back and sends it. Right down the middle, she takes a hack, and it's fouled down the third base line. She stays alive, but strike number 2. 2-2 count for the shortstop. 1 away, bottom of the first. Auburn trying to put on a run to break the ice. Davis rocks back and sends it, and it's outside for ball number 3. 3-2-1 on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out for the shortstop, Thornell. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Thornell puts the bat off her shoulder. She's ready. Here's the 3-2. Takes a hack at it. It's down the third base line, and it's foul. Oh, man. It may have landed on the line. It was just to the left of it, if not. But it is foul. That's the second time she's hit one that way, trying to keep it safe. If she gets it, I'm telling you, both runs will score. That's as close as you can get. But it is foul, so we'll redo it again at 3-2. Kate Thornell battling with the pitcher, Zoe Davis. Runner on second and third, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Takes a hack at it, pops it up. It's going to be in shallow left. And she's able to get the grab. She makes the grab, out number 2 for Auburn High. Good piece of hitting from Kate Thornell. Just got up under it to left field, and that's good for out number 2. Still runners on second and third for Auburn High. It was Bryn Rapicki in left field and makes the grab. 2 away now, bottom of the first. Auburn High still trying to get a run against Smith Station. Both teams tied at 0. And this brings up Allie Roberts getting the start at first today. That pitch is up and out for ball number 1. Allie Roberts this season batting .255, scores 2 runs, has batted in 11 runs of her own. Here's the 1-0, and it's low and away for ball number 2. 2-0 count on the 5th hole hitter, Allie Roberts. 2 away, bottom of the first. Auburn High softball has a runner on second and third, looking to score a run with runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch, and it catches the outside corner. Good looking pitch from Zoe Davis. Strike number 1. 2-1 count now to the first baseman, Roberts. Takes a hack at it. It's a dribbler up to short. She throws it over to first, and it's in time for out number 3. Auburn High has 2 on, and they leave them on. They can't score. It's a ground out from Allie Roberts to end the inning. We head to the second. No runs, 2 left on, no errors in this first inning. Let's head to the second here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
When stress shows up, it can be hard to see. Maybe you can't sleep. Or you feel sad and you don't know why. Or maybe it's worse. Because stress can knock you down. It can hurt your health and your relationships. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, we can help. Text STRESS to 211211 to find a solution.
Back here at the Auburn High softball complex on the campus of Auburn High School, Auburn High had 2 on in the bottom of that first inning thanks to a single and another single from Jaden Jordan and Liliandi, but the Tigers were unable to take advantage. We are tied at 0 to start this second inning. It'll be Summer Crunk to take the first pitch. It's inside a slow roller for ball number 1. Summer Crunk getting the start in right field this evening for the Smith Station Panthers. She's batting 5th for the Panthers. Still Abigail Helms in the circle for Auburn. Here's the 1-0, and it's low for ball number 2. I appreciate everybody tuning in to Auburn High Softball here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. My name is Jacob Goins. I'm play-by-play, filling in for Jack Cudden on this Friday evening. Here's the 2-0. Takes a hack at it, slow roller up to short, bobbles it, throws over to first, and it's not in time. Ball gets past her, they back her up, and she will not advance to second. The shortstop for Auburn High, Kate Thornell, tried to pop up before she fully had it, and she dropped it, couldn't make the throw in time, and it's an infield single. Not sure. They'll probably put that down as an error, but she is on base nonetheless for Summer Crunk. So nobody out, 1 on for the Panthers. That ball was popped up back behind the press box and into the parking lot for strike number 1 on Sabrina Fox. Wearing number 6, getting the 6-hole spot for the Panthers, getting the start on first this evening. Here's the pitch from Helms. Takes a hack at it right back into the net. Looked like it was coming right for me, but thankfully for the net, hits that, and it's a quick 0-2 hole for the hitter, Sabrina Fox. Runner on first for the Panthers. Nobody out, top of the second inning. Still no score between Auburn and Smith Station. Abigail sends it in. Takes a hack at it, pops it up. Catcher's going to try and make a play, and it's over the net and in foul territory. She stays alive at 0-2. The batter, Fox, steps out, steps in left and right, drags her bats on the shoulder. She's ready to go. Abigail Helms stares in, rocks and fires. Slow roller, can't get it to come up. Looked pretty good from here, but that's ball number 1. 1-2 count now on the hitter, Fox. Runner on for Smith Station. 1-2 count, nobody out. Top of the first inning, the second inning here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. That's a hard hit ball up to third. Bobbles it, can't make it. Now she throws over, not in time. She drops it at first. It was bouncing in the dirt, so it wouldn't have been good anyway. 2 on now for Smith Station as the third baseman, Ivy Davis. It was a hard hit ball, kind of awkward angle as well. It hit the ground right before it got to her glove. It kicks off for her, can't make the throw in time. And that's a now 2 runners on for Smith Station. Here at the top of this second inning. Still nobody out. No score yet between Auburn High and Smith Station, but the Panthers are threatening with runners on first and second, and now going to have a mound visit from Auburn High. The infield steps into the circle. Just to talk about it a little bit, head coach Matt Hendricks comes out to talk to the girls for a second. It was a quick mound visit. Just trying to calm them down a little bit. especially the infield. They've had a couple balls hit to them. Maybe could have made the play. Hard hit balls nonetheless, but plays that you've got to be able to make, especially in this league if you're playing Auburn High and it's playing against Smith Station. So a couple plays could have been made, but still able to get out of it. Nobody out, top of this second inning. As Abigail Helms rocks back and sends it in. A bunt tried to lay down. It's down the first base line. It is. Pitcher comes up. She throws it down to first, and she's out for out number one. Smith Station's trying to call for interference. Looked a little sketchy. Coco Doyle, the catcher for Auburn, came out. Kind of ran in front of her a little bit. I don't think it affected her base running, though. And the pitcher, Abigail Helms, throws her out at first for out number one. Runners do advance from first and second to second and third. So now runners in scoring position for Smith Station with one away. That was Emma Galarza who bunted, by the way. So now it's Kelsey Lester stepping in for Smith Station. Helms looks down, gets the call, and fires. Low and inside for ball number one. 1-0 count now. Kelsey Lester batting in the 8th spot, getting the start at catcher for the Panthers this evening. Rocks and fires. Pops it straight back. And it's up over the press box into the parking lot for a foul ball and a strike. Abigail Helms in the circle for Auburn, still looking for her first strikeout of the game. Lester steps out. The batter now back in. Left foot, then right. Swings the bat around, puts it up high off her shoulder. Helms gets the call. Rocks and sends it. And it's low and in the dirt for ball number one. Good stop from Coco Doyle behind the plate to prevent any runners from possibly trying to score. Panthers have a runner on second and third, just one out, top of this second inning. One's across the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for the 8th place hitter, Lester. Helms rocks and fires. Slow roller up to third. Can't make the play. It's off her glove. She dives. Tries to throw it to somebody. She hit the runner at third. Don't think that counts. The runners will be safe. 1 run scores for Smith Station. They take a 1-0 lead here in the top of this second inning. Runners now on the corners for the Panthers. Still just 1 out in the second inning. The Panthers take a 1-0 lead on top of Auburn High. A lot of balls hit into the infield and right at, shortstop and third baseman, and some plays have not been made. They've bobbled it a couple times. They've all been hard hit balls, so understandable. But again, plays you've got to make if you want to try and compete and not let runs be scored. And so now it is 1-0 Smith Station on top of Auburn High in the top of this second inning. Still just 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Panthers as the 9th hole hitter, Aliyah Wallace, steps in. She's getting the start at shortstop as the first pitch is in for ball number one. Runners on the corners for the Panthers. Rocks and delivers, does Helms, and that's a high fly ball into center field. Gets up under it, runner tags and comes. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. It's stopped by Abigail Helms in the circle. Another run will score. It's 2-0 Smith Station on top of Auburn High in the top of this second inning. 2 away, though, in this inning. So now back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers. It'll be Rachel Whitmer. She had a walk back in the first inning. She got out on the bases once she was on. 2 outs, top of the second inning here from the Auburn High School softball complex. It's a 2-0 lead for Smith Station over Auburn High. Helms rocks and fires. Runner goes from first to second. Catcher pops up, and it's not in time, and the ball gets into center field. They back her up well enough. Runner does not go from there. Coco Doyle popped up, threw down to second for Abigail Helms, or not Abigail Helms. She's on the mound. Let me see who's starting at second. So now a 1-0 count, 2 out, Top of the second inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Smith Station over Auburn High. That ball is outside for ball number 2. It was Lissa Hood on second base, so I was trying to find that. Got helped out here in the booth. And that's outside for ball number 3. 3-0 count now. On the leadoff hitter, Rachel Whitmer. 3-0 count, runner on second. 2 outs in the top of this second inning. Here's the pitch from Helms. And it's high for ball number 4. It's a 4-pitch walk. Whitmer gets her second walk of the ball game. And we're going to have a mound visit, or a circle visit, if you will, from head coach Matt Hendricks. May have some substitutions as well. It's a 2-0 lead for Smith Station in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second. Going to have some substitutions. Let's take a break. We'll go back after a 30-second commercial here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. All good.
Our story was begun by someone else. Our story was often shaped by generations before them. Our story was forged and maybe even defined by the experiences of our childhood. But it doesn't need to be. You can be the author. Learn how at numberstory.org.
2 outs in the top of this second inning. It's a 2-0 lead for Smith Station over Auburn High. The Panthers have a runner on first and second, so threatening again. We'll see if the new pitcher, Allie Roberts, can come in and get out of this jam. Probably have some more substitutions throughout the infield, so I will try to keep up with that as best as possible. Of course, Allie Roberts was at first, so I will try to see who gets replaced over there. But it's Adriana Meeks up to bat for Smith Station. And the catcher can't make the grab. The runners will advance. It gets away from her. And the runners advance from first and second to second and third. 2 in scoring position now for Smith Station. They have a 2-0 lead and are threatening to add on. It's a 1-0 count for the second hole hitter, Adriana Meeks. She flew out her first time up against the starter, Abigail Helms. It's a 1-0 count. Takes a hack at it, can't make contact. Or she does. She tips it into the glove for strike number 1. Allie Roberts coming in for relief early in this ball game. Roberts checks down for the call. Right-handed pitcher cranks it and sends it. Hard hit, ball into the gap and right. Single gets down, 1 run scores. They send the runner from third. Throw is there and not in time. 2-run score, runner. That's not in time either. The throw from catcher to second is not in time. 2 more runs score. It's 4-0 Panthers on top of Auburn High in this second inning. Smith Station taking advantage of runners on the bases. A big-time hit from Adriana Meeks to right field. She brings in 2 to extend the lead to 4-0 for Smith Station on top of Auburn High as that first pitch is in the dirt to Bryn Rapicki for ball number 1. Allie Roberts comes into a jam for Auburn, steps into the circle, has given up 2. She's in a battle yet again, and that catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Bryn Rapicki, the left fielder this afternoon, batting third for the Panthers. She had a walk her first time up. Here's the pitch from Roberts, and that's hit hard but fouled away into the net for strike number 2. Any type of out here from pitcher Allie Roberts would be big for Auburn High. Get out of this inning without any more damage. Here's the 1-2. Good looking pitch. Can't get the call. Maybe a little low, but not too sure. Look good from our angle. 2-2 count now. It's twos across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Roberts rocks and delivers. Can't catch the outside corners for ball number 3. It is a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Bryn Ripicki. Has a runner on third. Here it is. Takes a hack at it down the first base line, and it pulls foul. We will do it again. Allie Roberts has come into a jam. It was 2-0 Smith Station when she came in. It's now 4-0 Smith Station. Still 2 outs. Top of the second inning. It's a full count now on Ripicki. Roberts gets ready, rocks back, and fires. And it's high. It's a walk for Bryn Ripicki. 2 on now for Smith Station. And that brings up Savannah Jenkins, who grounded out her first time up. Auburn High looking for a lifeline here to get out of this second inning. All 4 runs from Smith Station have been scored in this inning. Roberts fires on the first pitch, and it's a hack, makes contact, but it's foul for strike number 1. Auburn High, you just got to slow down a little bit, especially the infielders. They've had some errors already that have led to base runners, have led to scores. Here's the second pitch, takes a hack at it, comes back into the netting for strike number 2. Let's get out of this inning right here if you're Auburn High and Allie Roberts in the circle. Roberts wearing number 33 for Auburn High. 0-2 count, 2 away, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch from Roberts. Takes a hack at it into right field. It's a fly ball, trying to make an effort. It drops. It drops for a single. 1 run scores. The throw comes into home or into the pitcher Roberts. Another run will score. She is safe on first and third. So runners on the corners. It's 5-0 Smith Station here in the top of this second inning. It's been walks and timely hitting from Smith Station that has given them a 5-0 lead over Auburn High from the Auburn High softball complex. As this brings up Summer Crunk. And she takes a hack at it, misses everything for strike number 1. Auburn High again looking for any way possible to get out of this inning. They've given up 5 here in the top of the second. It's 5-0 Smith Station. Just get back to batting so you can start a comeback. Runner goes from first to second. It's a strike on a swing, but she is safe at second. But now an 0-2 hole on Summer Crunk. She had an infield single on an error her first time up. Runners on second and third for Smith Station. Here's the 0-2 from Roberts. Takes a hack at it. And instead she got a piece of it, so she stays alive at 0-2. Still an 0-2 count, 2 away, top of the second. It's been a long inning. Smith Station has put on 5 on Auburn High here. Here's the 0-2 from Roberts. Takes a hack at it, misses everything, and that's the first strikeout of the ball game. Allie Roberts give her the first of her ball game as well. But the damage has been done. It's 5-0 Smith Station on top of Auburn High as we head to the bottom of the second here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now.
Welcome back to the Auburn High Softball Complex here on the campus of Auburn High School. As we head to the bottom of the second, it's an 0-1 after Coco Doyle rips it foul down the third base line. 0-1 count, and that's high for ball number one. It's a 5-0 hole Auburn High trying to come out of, and it is 5-0 Smith Station on top of Auburn High. They put on all 5 runs in this inning. As it's Lissa Hood, it is Lissa Hood batting, and that gets past the catcher in the dirt for another ball. So Lissa Hood wearing number 18, getting the batting order at 6. Here's the 2-1. That's hit hard into center field. Center fielder goes back, gets under it, and makes the grab for out number 1 on Lissa Hood. So Coco Doyle is getting the start at catcher, but Lissa Hood is batting for her, so that is my mistake. She gets the bat, but she has a fly out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Auburn High trails Smith Station 5-0 here at the Auburn High Softball Complex on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. First pitch is a grounder up to third, throws over to first, and it is in time. And Ivy Davis out on the first pitch to a ground out to third. 2 away now, bottom of the second inning. Ivy Davis, she was batting 7th, getting the start at third. She grounds out to the third baseman, Savannah Jenkins. So now, Auburn High, 2 away, bottom of this second inning. First pitch comes up swinging for Ansley Plan and misses everything for strike number 1. Ansley batting in the 8th spot in today's game. 0-1 count to her. Here's the pitch from Davis. Slow roller, a little high, and it's ball number 1. It's a 1-1 count now. 2 outs for Auburn High. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. She shows bunt and swings, and it's up into the net for strike number 2, foul. Zoe Davis, wearing number 86 in the circle for Smith Station, has given up a couple hits, but has gotten everybody else out, not giving up a run yet. Here's the 1-2. It's outside for ball number 2. Ansley steps out, now back in left and right. Puts the bat up high off her shoulder. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. Here's the 2-2. Takes a swing, it's popped up into the infield. The catcher, Davis, is under it, and she makes the grab. So a quick 3 up and 3 down for the Auburn High Tigers. We head to the third here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Unlike other health concerns, mental illness is not always easy to see.
Third line, please.
DEPRESSION.
Mental illness doesn't show up on a scale.
Bipolar?
Sorting out a mental health concern is not something to attempt on your own.
Anxiety. I thought so.
Like many health conditions, help for mental illness takes professional diagnosis and treatment. And the sooner you seek treatment, the better.
Look at that. 6,000 steps and PTSD.
If you or a loved one has a mental health concern, don't go it alone. Find out what to do. For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral, call 1-800-662-HELP. Learn more at samhsa.gov/support.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
Ball complex on the campus of Auburn High School. Auburn High in a deficit to Smith Station as we head to the third inning. Auburn High just trying to keep up with Smith Station. They've given up 4 runs in the top of the second, but now in the top of the third. They have not been able to really get anything going offensively. It is Allie Roberts still in the circle for Auburn High. And the first pitch is in for strike number 1 on Summer Crunk, who had an infield single her first time up. No, excuse me, this is Sabrina Fox up now, wearing number 6, batting number 6. She is in for Smith Station. So it's an 0-1 count. She takes a hack at it for strike number 2. Roberts with an 0-2. She sends it, and that's a hack back into the netting for a foul ball. Still a count on Sabrina Fox, the starting first baseman for the Panthers. Here's the pitch. Takes a hack back into the net yet again, and she stays alive at 0-2. 5-0 hole for Auburn High against Smith Station, top of the third here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Roberts looks down, gets the call, rocks and fires, and it's outside for ball number 1. 1-2 count now on Sabrina Fox. Some subs for Auburn High. Lucy Curry now behind the plate at catcher, as that pitch is popped up back behind the plate and into the net for another foul ball. Lucy Curry is playing catcher, and it is Jana Storm in left field. So some subs for Auburn High. The pitch is outside. Can't be corralled by Lucy Curry. Goes to the backstop, but it's now 2-2 on the batter, Sabrina Fox. Still nobody out. Top of this third inning from Auburn High in the Auburn High softball complex. It's 5-0 Smith Station on top of Auburn. Here's the 2-2. Hack at it, back into the net again. Staying alive, it's a long at bat for Sabrina Fox. Had an infield single thanks to an error her first time up, which helped Smith Station score one of their 5 runs in that second inning. Here's the 2-2. And it's a high fly ball to left field. Left center. Center fielder gets under it and makes the grab. Jaden Jordan in center field. She makes the grab for out number 1. And that's a good sign if you're Auburn High. Can't give up any more runs. So getting out quickly is what you want to do. So now Emma Galarza, wearing number 35 for Smith Station, steps in, thinks about it, doesn't take it, and it's a strike on the inside corner for strike number 1. 0-1 count on Emma Galarza. Had a quick ground out her first time up on the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. And that's inside, catches the corner, same spot for strike number 2. Same pitch, same result for Allie Roberts. Do it again to get out number 2. Let's see, 0-2 now. Roberts working quickly. Tried to go back. It's a little inside and low for ball number 1. Emma Galarza batting in the 7th hole for Smith Station, the designated player for the Panthers. Here's the pitch. Takes a hack at it, misses everything. It's a strikeout. Give her 2. Allie Roberts in the circle has got her second strikeout of the day. 2 away now, top of the third here from the Auburn High softball complex. Auburn High trying to stay above water as they trail Smith Station 5-0. Here's the pitch to the batter, and it's a swing and miss from Kelsey Lester, batting in the 8th spot for the Panthers. Had an infield single her first time up. And she rips it foul back into the netting. Almost made it over, but it did not. So 0-2 now on Kelsey Lester. What an out this would be to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch. Tried to go to the outside corner on the right-hander and couldn't do so. Ball number 1. Good-looking pitch from Allie Roberts. Roberts back to work quickly. Rocks and fires. Takes a hack at it. Can't make contact. Strike number 3. Give Allie Roberts her 3rd of the day. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. No damage done. That's what you want to see if you're Auburn High. Let's head to the bottom of the 3rd here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
When his idea of game night has you feeling played. Or your teacher's pet has become unleashed. And inseparable has become intolerable. Visit boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, or guardian of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, tools, and quick tips from experts backed by over 100 years of experience. Get your parenting going in the right direction with Boys Town, saving children and healing families.
Alabama, your Auburn High softball team currently trails Smith Station 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the third here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. My name is Jacob Goins. I'm play-by-play today, filling in for Jack Hutton, who is out of town for the weekend. So he was kind enough to let me fill in for him, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. Start of this bottom of the third inning, it is Abigail Helms, wearing number 20, has the start at second base for Auburn today, her first time up in this ball game. And she takes a ball inside and low for ball number 1. And here's the second pitch. Takes a hack at it, rips it foul back behind the catcher for strike number 1. Zoe Davis still in the circle for Smith Station, only giving up 2 hits. Everybody else has gotten out. Story of the ball game, it's the third inning. Auburn High just now to the bottom of the lineup. And she takes a hack at it into the gap. It's on the ground and left for a base hit. Abigail Helms with a single to left and a leadoff base runner for Auburn High to start the bottom of the third. So back to the top of the order, Lucy Curry wearing number 17. She started in left and now is playing catcher for Auburn. She is the first place batter. She had a ground out her first time up. But nobody out, bottom of the third. Auburn High trails Smith Station 5-0. Runner on first. First pitch is in there right down Broadway for strike number 1. Curry steps out, calls for time, and steps back in. Davis rocks and sends it. Takes a hack at it, it's popped up. It's in foul territory, and it gets over the net off the top of the Smith Station dugout for strike number 2. A quick 0-2 hole now for Lucy Curry. Still nobody out, bottom of the third. Runner on third for Auburn High, trying to cut into a 5-0 deficit. 0-2, Davis gets the call in the circle. She rocks and fires. Hacked at it, it's a dribbler up the third base line, and it pulls foul just before third base bag. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Lucy Curry trying to get a timely hit with a runner on first. Still nobody out. 0-2 count now for the first hole hitter for Auburn High. Here's the 0-2. And it's inside, good eye. Ball number 1. She thought about it and laid off, and it was a good decision. 1-2 count for Auburn High. Runner on first. It's Abigail Helms, who had a leadoff single in this inning. Here's the 1-2. And it's outside for ball number 2. Good at bat so far from Lucy Curry to battle back. She went down 0-2, has evened it up at 2-2. Runner on first. Here's the 2-2. She hits a blooper into center field. Does it get down? It does not. Center fielder runs in, makes a heck of a grab. Rachel Whitmer, she makes the grab for out number 1. Runner stays on first. 1 away, bottom of the third. So now Jaden Jordan batting in the second hole for Auburn. She has to start at center field tonight. She had a single her first time up for Auburn High. Lefty drags her feet, digs in, is ready to go. First pitch of the at-bat. It's a slap hit up to the pitcher. She grabs it, throws over, and is in time. She advances the runner from first to second, but she is out at first. 2 away, bottom of the third. Auburn High advances the runner to second base. So now the third place hitter, Lily Ondi, she steps in for Auburn High. Has a runner on second. 2 away, bottom of the third here from the Auburn High softball complex. Davis rocks and sends it. Runner goes from second to third. Third baseman catches the ground ball, throws it over to first, and is in time for out number 3. Auburn High had a base runner, couldn't do anything with it. They leave her on second, and we head to the fourth. Smith Station leads Auburn High 5-0 as we head to the fourth inning here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old, and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I step out on stage, I think I'm communicating with people. I would like to tell them that I want to make a change in life. Like, yeah, you can have 2 heart transplants, but that doesn't stop you from doing the things that you love. When I get my driver's license, of course, I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor because I've been saved twice. So who says I can't save somebody else? It's just the beginning of a new story.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Back here at the Auburn High softball complex on the campus of Auburn High School, we head to the top of the fourth as the first pitch is ripped back and into the netting for strike number 1 from Elia Wallace. The 9th hole hitter starting at shortstop for Smith Station. She flew out but had an RBI on that fly out in her first time up. She has a 0-1 count on her now as we start this fourth inning. That's a hard hit ground ball up to the extended second base, throws it over and is in time for for out number 1 on Smith Station in this 5th inning. Auburn High trails Smith Station 5-0 in this 4th inning. All 5 runs were scored by the Panthers in the 2nd inning. It's been scoreless other than that. Auburn High trying to show their defensive skills a little bit. First pitch is high and outside for strike number 1 on the first hole hitter, Rachel Whitmer, wearing number 16. Auburn High just got to get their defense together and then get the bats working. It's still Allie Roberts in the circle. She sends in the 1-0. It catches the outside corner for strike number 1. Good looking pitch. Allie Roberts has come in for support. Abigail Helms had the start. Gave up a couple runs. Allie Roberts has come in, and that's a swing and strike 2 for Rachel Whitmer. Allie Roberts has come in wearing number 33. She has 3 strikeouts. She did give up 2 runs, but she came into a tough spot. She's been pretty solid ever since. That pitch is outside for ball number 2. 2-2 count now, 1 away, top of the 5th, here from the softball complex at Auburn High School. Roberts gets the call, rocks and sends it. And that's hit foul down the third base line into the Auburn High dugout. Rachel Whitmer trying to get a little slap hit going. It's a 2-2 count, still 1 out, top of the 5th. Auburn infield needs to be ready. Here's the 2-2, and that's hit foul down the third base line. And we'll do it again, 2-2. The runs that have been scored for Smith Station have really been timely hitting, some walks, and a couple of errors from the infield so far. That's how they have gotten their 5-0 lead over Auburn High. Here's the 2-2, and she hits that one down the third base line deep, but it's foul into the fence. Stays alive at 2-2 does Rachel Whitmer. She has 2 walks in her 2 at-bats today. She got out her first time on the bases and then walked again her second time up. Roberts fires on the 2-2. And that's a ground ball to third. Scoops it up, throws, and it is in time to the extended first baseman. 2 away, good play from Ivy Davis at third over to Allie Roberts at first. And there's 2 away in this 5th inning for Smith Station. That brings up Adriana Meeks, batting in the second hole, wearing number 17. Takes a hack at it right over the second baseman into right field. She can't make the grab. It goes all the way down, or goes all the way to the fence. Runner turns at second. She's going to third, and she has a stand-up triple all the way to third. She hit it over the extended second baseman. It went into right. Lily Ondi and right tried to scoop it off the ground. She missed it. It went all the way to the fence. And Adriana Meeks, with her speed on the bags, gets a triple, a stand-up triple in this fifth inning with 2 outs. Smith Station has a runner in prime scoring position on third. Bryn Rapicki now. She takes a strike up and in for strike number 1. She has 2 walks of her own. Takes a hack at it for strike number 2. Can't make contact. Bryn Rapicki. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the fifth. Smith Station on top, 5-0 on Auburn High. They have a runner on third, trying to add another. Here's the 0-2. Tried to go to the outside corner, did Allie Roberts. Couldn't get it. Good looking pitch, though. Tried to see if she'd go after it. She did not. It's now 1-2 on Bryn Rapicki, the third hole hitter for the Panthers. Here it is. Takes a hack at it, goes down the right base, or into right field. It drops for a base hit. 1 run scores, and she's safe on first. It went down the first base line. It dropped in fair territory, and 1 run scores. It's now 6-0 Smith Station with 2 outs in the top of the fifth inning. Bryn Rapicki adds to her resume. She had 2 walks and now has a single with an RBI, and that brings up Savannah Jenkins for Smith Station. And that pitch is in there. They throw down to second. They try to get the runner, not in time. Good looking throw, good effort from catcher and second base. Abigail Helms on second, but was not able to get there in time. Runner is safe at second. So now Smith Station in position to do it again. They're up 6-0. 2 outs in the top of this fourth inning with a runner on second for the hitter Savannah Jenkins. Pitches inside, takes a hack at it, gets a tip, but it's strike. Runner on second for Smith Station. Allie Roberts looks down, gets the call, rocks and fires. Takes a hack at it. It's a dribbler down the third base line, but it's pulled foul for another strike. 0-2 count now. On the hitter, Savannah Jenkins, batting in the 4th spot for the Panthers, starting at third. Roberts rocks and sends it. And that's a hard hit ball down the third base line. It pulls foul. Luckily for Auburn, the runner would have scored from second, but it does pull foul. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Jenkins, the third baseman, has a ground out and a single so far for Smith Station. 1-2 count, says the ump. Here's the 1-2 from Roberts. Takes a hack at it, can't make contact. Strike number 3. Give Allie Roberts her 4th strikeout of the day. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Smith Station adds a run. It's 6-0 Panthers on top of your Auburn High softball Tigers. Let's head to the bottom of the 4th here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
My name's Eddie Metcalf. I enjoy working in my yard, and I can't do that anymore because I'm missing most of my lung. They did a CAT scan of my kidneys. No more kidney stones, that's the good news, but we found a spot on your lung. That frankly scared the hell out of me. I hadn't smoked in 22 years. How could this happen to me? He said, well, you know about radon gas. Well, I heard about it. He said, well, the second leading cause of cancer in America is radon. 22,000 people a year die from this. I literally left the doctor's office, got a test kit, put it in the house, and our result was 39.8. The upper limit is 4. We got to get this fixed. That was on a Monday, and on Wednesday, our mitigation system was up and running. Well, I think everybody should have their house tested. We'd never known we'd still be living there. I could get another tumor from it, but right now it's changing my life.
When stress shows up, it can be hard to see. Maybe you can't sleep, or you feel sad and you don't know why. Or maybe it's worse, because stress can knock you down. It can hurt your health and your relationships. If you've lost a job, worry about your next meal, or have trouble making it through the day, we can help. Text STRESS to 211-211 to find a solution.
And it's Kate Thornell up to bat for the Tigers, and she takes the first pitch into center field. Center fielder's under it and makes the grab for out number 1. That's Rachel Whitmer out in center. She makes the grab for out number 1 on Kate Thornell, her second fly out of the game. So now Allie Roberts, who has come in for relief in the circle for Auburn High, she now steps into bat. She had to ground out her first time up in the 5th hole for the Tigers. Started on first and now is your pitcher for Auburn. She takes a hack at a hard ground ball over to short, makes the grab, throws it over, and is in time. Tigers. So now number 18, Lissa Hood, who is batting in the 6th spot. She had to fly out her first time up. She will try to get something working for Auburn High with the bats. They've had a couple of hits today, but they have not been able to do anything with it. It's really just been 1 hit or 2 per inning, and that's been it. Nobody's been able to do anything with it. 2 away now, bottom of the 4th. First pitch is sent into right field. She gets under it and makes the grab for out number 3. That is the right fielder, Summer Crunk. 3 up and 3 down on 3 pitches here in the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 6-0 lead for Smith Station over Auburn High from the Auburn High Softball Complex. Let's head to break. We'll go to the 5th inning here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Parenting your teen, it might be time to take a new approach. Visit boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're the parent of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, quick tips, and even live parent talks with Boys Town experts. Boys Town, take your parenting skills to new heights.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives. Essential.
Panthers put on 5 in the 2nd and 1 in the 4th, as that pitch is in there for strike number 1 from Allie Roberts. On the batter, Savannah, or I think it's Summer Crunk, excuse me. Summer Crunk is now up to bat for Smith Station. It's 6-0 Panthers, and she takes a hack at it for strike number 2. Can't make contact. 0-2 count now on Summer Crunk, an early 0-2 hole for the 5th hole hitter. Here's the pitch. Catches the inside corner. Strike number 3. Give Allie Roberts her 5th strikeout of the day as she comes in to replace Abigail Helms. She's given up a couple runs, but she has 5 strikeouts so far for Auburn. So 1 away in the top of this 5th inning as that ball was hit into shallow left, and the shortstop makes the grab for out number 2. It was a turning play from Kate Thornell. She makes the grab, and 2 away now, top of the 5th inning. Auburn High trying to get back in this ball game, trying to stop the bleeding, if you will, and just get back to the bats and trying to make a comeback. And that's inside for ball number 1 on Emma Galarza, wearing number 35, the designated player. 0 for 2 so far, a ground out and a strikeout. 1 of the 5 for Allie Roberts today. That's a ground ball up to Roberts. She runs it over, tosses to first, and gets her in time for strike number 3, or excuse me, for out number 3. Quick 3 up and 3 down for Smith Station. That's what you want if you're Auburn. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones, the I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in a week ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The, that one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones. The drawn on ones. The finger ones. The pin ones. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones. And the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
We all smoked in those days. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now.
They've had a couple of hits, haven't been able to generate anything from it. They trail the Smith Station Panthers 6-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Now 9 outs for Auburn High to work with to try to come back in this game. And it'll be number 30, Ivy Davis, up to bat for the Tigers in the 7th hole. She had a ground out her first time up. Davis batting 140 this year so far. Has 9 runs and 3 RBIs for Auburn. Right-handed batter steps into the box. Here's the first pitch. Thinks about swinging, does not. It catches the outside corner for strike number 1. It's still Zoe Davis in the circle for Smith Station. She has pitched all game long, given up a couple of hits, has not let a run come through yet. Here's the 0-1 to Ivy Davis. Takes a hack at it. It goes into shallow right center, and the second baseman takes a couple steps back into the grass. She makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 away, bottom of the 5th for Auburn High. As Ivy Davis flew out to the second baseman, and now with 1 out, Auburn High trying to find some offensive momentum. It's Ansley Plan who takes ball 1 high and in. She flew out her first time up in the 8th spot for Auburn. Wind has picked up a little bit. Sun beginning to set. And she rips it back into the net for strike number 1. One's across the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for the batter, Ansley Plan, wearing number 13 for Auburn High. Tigers trail the Panthers 6-0 in this battle of the Cats in the bottom of the 5th. Pitcher Davis looks, rocks, and fires. Hard hit ground ball to third. Bounces off her chest. She picks it up, throws over, and it's not in time. Ansley Plan able to get on base after hitting the hard ground ball to the third baseman, Savannah Jenkins. She can't make the play, and Ansley Plan is on base for Auburn. A hard hit ground ball. It bounced off the dirt, hit the third baseman Jenkins right in the chest. She picked it up and was able to make the throw, but it was not in time. Auburn High has a base runner for the first time in a while. Here's the pitch, and she takes it for a ride to left field. It goes back to the wall. Can't make the grab in left field. It's off the wall. They make the play, and she comes into third. She is safe, and that's Abigail Helms. Took a fly ball all the way to left, and in left field, Bryn Rapicki could not make the grab. She ran into the wall as she tried to make the catch. It bounced out. Runners are safe. Abigail Helms with a big-time double to left field. Auburn High is in business to try to get their first runs of the ballgame. Runners on second and third, just 1 out in the bottom of this 5th inning as Auburn trying to put a run on, and that's ripped back into the net for strike number 1. from number 17, Lucy Curry. Back to the top of the order for Auburn High. That's what you wanted to see, get some production from the bottom of your lineup, bring back the top, who do have a couple hits. So let's see what Auburn can do. It's an 0-1 count now on Lucy Curry. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball number 1 with ones across the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Auburn High trails Smith Station 6-0. Runners on second and third, looking to try to just break the ice and get a run on the board. Here's the pitch, and she takes it into shallow left. Going to have to make a grab. Shortstop takes a step into the grass and makes the grab for out number 2. The shortstop being Aliyah Wallace for Smith Station. 2 away now for Auburn High. Their chances of runs are slipping away in this inning. So number 24, Jaden Jordan. She steps in, the left-handed hitter, wearing a sweatshirt with a number on it. It is a little chilly out there. She has a single and a ground out so far. Here's the pitch. She runs up to attempt to slap. She does not. And it's high for ball number 1. Auburn High trails Smith Station 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Here's the 1-0 to Jordan. It's a slap up into the third baseman. She has to run up. She turns, doesn't make the throw. Doesn't make the throw to anybody, and 1 run will score. Ansley Plan comes in from third, and Auburn High gets on the board. It's 6-1 Smith Station. Runners on the corners for the Tigers. They're in business. Jaden Jordan with the infield single. It was a soft ground ball. The third baseman had to run up, tried to make the play, didn't even make the throw. It's now 6-1, Auburn on the board. That's a hard hit ball right past the second baseman into center field. It's number 19, Lily Ondy. 1 run scores. Runner advances to third. She is safe at first. It's now 6-2. Auburn trying to make a comeback. Lily Ondy gets a single into center field. And Auburn has woken up offensively. Here come the Tigers. Kate Thornell, number 6, will step in, the right-handed hitter. She has runners on the corners, 2 away in the bottom of the 5th. Zoe Davis in the circle for Smith Station has given up some runs in this inning. It's now 6-2. And she bloops it up to the pitcher, and she can't make the grab. The runner goes to first. The first baseman has to come back to cover, and they do get her in time. Man, that was almost very beneficial for Auburn. Lily Ondy hit a blooper straight up to the pitcher, Zoe Davis. What looked to be a routine grab, she dropped it, and then the first baseman had already run off. She thought she was going to make the grab. She had to come back over, did Sabrina Fox. She does get back in time, and that's out number 3. We head to the 6th here on the Auburn High Sports Network. Auburn, they get some runs. It's 6-2 Smith Station on top of Auburn as we head to the 6th here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
So I wanted to talk with you and your mom today, Lily, because of some of the changes your friends and teachers have seen in you lately. And along with the incident the other day, you were with Derek when he was caught selling marijuana.
Yeah, he was selling it.
Honey, we know. But we care about you and want to know what's going on.
That's right. We'd like to understand it better and see how we might help. And if weed is a part of it, we want to make sure you know about the negative consequences for someone your age. So, can we talk?
Talk. They hear you. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
Back here at the Auburn High Softball Complex as the first pitch is hit back into the net for strike number 1 from Kelsey Lester, batting in the 8th hole for Smith Station to start off this 6th inning. It was a 6-0 deficit for Auburn High. They get 2 runs back in the bottom of the 5th, but they left a couple on as that pitch is a bloop.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether...
1 away in the top of this 6th inning. Auburn High got a couple runs back in that 5th inning. It's now 6-2, Smith Station on top of Auburn High. But the Tigers are running out of time to come back. But first, it starts with the defense. You got to get them out here in this inning. But one away for Smith Station. And that brings up Elijah Wallace wearing number 1 in the 9th hole. It fouls off the net for strike number 1. Wallace has a fly out and a ground out so far today. That does include an RBI for the Panthers. Temperature beginning to drop a little bit more. Breeze picks up. The American flag in right is whipping right by the scoreboard. And that's a ground ball up to third. It gets fouled down the third base line. 0-2 now on Elijah Wallace. 0-2 count on the 9th hole hitter. One away in the top of the 6th. Auburn looking to get off the field and get back to the bats to try to come back from a 6-2 deficit. Here's the 0-2. And that's fouled back into the net. She stays alive at 0-2. It's still Allie Roberts in the circle for Auburn. She came into relief for Abigail Helms, who got the start. And Roberts has 5 strikeouts on the night so far. How about another one right here? Here's the 0-2. And she does. She gets it. Or maybe she got a piece of it. Says she did. I couldn't see it from here. He said he got a piece, or she got a piece of it. And we will do it again at 0-2. Wallace steps in at the 0-2. Here it is. And it's high and outside for ball number 1. Tried to get her to chase. She didn't go. Good looking pitch, though, from Allie Roberts. Here's the 1-2 from Roberts. Rocks twice and sends. And that's hit hard to third base, right at her. It's a line drive. She makes the grab for out number 2. Heads up play from Ivy Davis. She dropped to a knee and was able to make the grab. 2 away now, top of the 6th. Auburn High trying to get off the field and come back to bat to try to come back from a 6-2 deficit. 2 away now, top of the 6th. First pitch is low and away for ball number 1 on Rachel Whitmer. Back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers. A few more people on that hill on top of left, or outside of left field here at the Auburn High Softball Complex. 1-0 count, 2 away. Takes a swing, and it was a slap attempt, but hits it back into the net for strike number 1, foul ball. Rachel Whitmer, 2 walks and a ground out so far today for Smith Station. The 1-1 from Roberts. And that's fouled down the third base line into the netting and into the Auburn High dugout. Auburn High trails Smith Station 6-2. Trying to get off the field and get back to the bats for a comeback attempt. 2 away, top of the 6th. It's a 1-2 count. Here's the 1-2 from Roberts. She's able to get a piece of it, sends it back into the net for a foul ball, and it's 1-2 yet again. 1-2 count on the 1-hole hitter Whitmer. 2 away, top of the 6th. The 1-2 to the center fielder. Gets a piece of it down the third base line again, and into the netting. We'll do it again at 1-2. Allie Roberts has come into relief. Again, she's given up a couple of runs, but she has 5 strikeouts on the night. Try to do it again. Here's the 1-2. And that's a dribbler up to the third base. It's Weeks. She throws over, and not in time. Fast base running from Rachel Whitmer. She gets on first. Tough play from Ivy Davis. She did everything right, just a little bit too late. And that's a single for Rachel Whitmer, infield single that is. She is on with 2 away for Smith Station in the top of this 6th inning. And that'll bring up the second hole hitter, Adriana Meeks. She has a fly out, a double, and a triple today. She has hit very well as that first pitch is high and away for ball number 1. A double and a triple so far for Meeks, batting in the second hole. She is hitting extremely well today. A couple balls to the wall and very fast as well on the bases. Here's the 1-0. Takes a hack at it, misses everything for strike number 1 for Adriana Meeks. Rachel Whitmer on first for the Panthers. 2 away, top of this 6th inning. They lead Auburn High 6-2. Here's the pitch from Roberts. And that's high. Tried to get the strike call, couldn't do so. It's a 2-1 count. Roberts looks long and hard at her wrist to get the call. Waiting on the batter to step in. She steps right, then left. Here's the pitch from Roberts. Runner goes. It's a blooper up to the second baseman extended. She makes the grab on the run. Great play. Abigail Helms gets the grab. We head to the bottom of the sixth. No more damage done. It's 6-2. Smith Station on top of Auburn High from the softball complex. Let's head to the break. We'll be right back here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
Hey, loser.
Leave me alone.
When a child shares hurtful comments online, that's bullying. Visit erasebullying.ca to learn how to help your child stand up to cyberbullying.
At the time, I just wasn't thinking. I used social media to vent. I wish I would have thought about the effects of scaring people. I didn't mean for that to happen. People took it as a terrorist threat. The university got shut down. I got arrested by the FBI. And now, I don't know what my future looks like. I search my name on the web almost every day and look at the stuff. It's not going away. Think before you post.
Six more outs for the Auburn High softball team to try to come back from a 6-2 deficit against the Smith Station Panthers here at home on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. I appreciate everybody tuning in here to the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic on 96.3 W. Lee. My name is Jacob Goins. I'm play-by-play, filling in for Jack Hutton, who is out of town this weekend, so I appreciate him letting me fill in for him tonight. 6-2 deficit for Auburn to come back from. It starts right here. First pitch is up and away for ball number one on Allie Roberts. Batting in the fifth hole. She started at first. She is now your pitcher for Auburn. She has 2 ground outs so far for the Tigers, but up in the count 1-0. And she rips it foul back behind the Auburn High dugout into the parking lot. So 1-1 now on Allie Roberts. Roberts, the right-handed hitter, battling with Zoe Davis, who's still in the circle, the right-hander for Smith Station. Here's the 1-1. Right down Broadway, a little bit low and outside, so we'll take that. 2-1 call, or 2-1 count now for Auburn High's Allie Roberts. Roberts gets low, ready to go. Rockin' fires from Davis, and it's outside. Good stop from the catcher for Smith Station. It's a 3-1 count now for Allie Roberts. A leadoff base runner would be huge for Auburn High after her, because after Roberts would be Lissa Hood and Ivy Davis. Here's the pitch. And it's right down the middle for strike number 2. Full count now on Allie Roberts. Again, Lissa Hood and Ivy Davis are behind Roberts in this inning. If one manages to get on, it'll be Ansley Plan after that. Here's the 3-2. And it's in the dirt. It's a walk. A leadoff base runner for Auburn High on first base. That's what you're looking for if you're the Tigers. Now you have something to work with. We're going to have a substitution on the bases. Allie Roberts will come off, and we will sub Campbell Spratlin, who will sub in as a base runner on first for Auburn High. So now it'll be Lissa Hood at the plate for Auburn. She has 2 flyouts so far, but has a base runner with nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Auburn High trails Smith Station 6-2. Here's the pitch, and it's a slow roller up to short. They throw to second, get her out, and throw to first. It's a double play. It's a double play, 6-4-3 double play. They get both runners, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. 6-4-3 double play, hit a slow roller to short, tossed it to second, a hummer over to first, and they get both runners, and now 2 away as Auburn High running out of time to come back from a 6-2 deficit. It's Ivy Davis, the batter for Auburn High. And that's high and outside for ball number 1. Ivy Davis, wearing number 30, has a ground out and a fly out for Auburn tonight. She's up 1-0 in the count. She calls time, steps in left and right, drags her right foot, and ready to go. Bat high off her shoulder. Pitcher rocks back and sends, and that's a hard hit ball into center field. She's going back, can't make the grab, gets over her head to the wall. She turns at first and gets into second, and it's a stand-up double for Ivy Davis. That's what you're looking for again if you're Auburn. It's unfortunate you hit into a double play before that, but you do have a base runner on second. What can you do with it if you're Ansley playing number 13, who steps in for Auburn? Runner on second, 2 away, bottom of the 6th for Auburn High as they trail Smith Station 6-2. She shows bunt and swings and rips it foul way left over there in the woods, maybe. Strike number 1 on Ansley Plan. Has a fly out and an infield single thanks to an error so far in this ball game. Plan bats 167 this year, has scored a run and an RBI with 3 hits. And that's inside. I don't know about that one. Catches the inside corner for strike number 2 and almost hit her in the wrist. But that's a strike call that the ump has called all day long. He stayed consistent. Got to give him credit. It's now an 0-2 count on Ansley Plan. Runner on second, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th. Here it is. And she takes a swing at it. It's a blooper to the shortstop. She comes in, makes the grab almost at the pitcher's circle. And Smith Station gets out of it. Auburn High can't take advantage of base runners. They go down with no runs. It's still a 6-2 deficit. Let's head to the 7th here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Six down and 1 to go here at the Auburn High Softball Complex on the campus of Auburn High School. I'm Jacob Goins on play-by-play, filling in for Jack Hutton here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic. Your Auburn Tigers softball team currently trailing Smith Station. The Panthers on top 6-2 as we start the 7th inning. Auburn High running out of chances as that's in there for strike number 1 from Allie Roberts. Auburn just looking to not give up any more runs as that pitch is in the dirt for ball number 1. Looking to just not give up any more runs, get back to batting, and try to just make a big-time comeback if you are Auburn High. But first, got to get 3 outs here at the top of this 7th inning. 1-1 count from Roberts. That's a hard hit ball into right. Will it drop foul or fair? And it goes foul. Hard hit. It pulled foul the whole way, and it drops over near the fence for strike number 2. Roberts in the circle for Auburn so far. 5 strikeouts, has given up a few runs. She came in to replace Abigail Helms. Came into a pinch, gave up a couple, but she's had 5 strikeouts so far. Has pitched extremely well for the Tigers in the circle. Here's the 1-2. And a tie for ball number 2. 1-2 count. Nobody out yet. Top of the 7th. Here it is. That's a ground ball into the gap, into right. That's down for a single for Smith Station. It's Bryn Ripicki wearing number 10. She gets a leadoff single in this 7th inning for the Panthers. Her second hit of the ball game. She's been on base all 4 times. 2 walks and 2 singles for the left fielder Ripicki. So now Savannah Jenkins, wearing number 21, the third baseman. She shows bunt. It goes down the third base line. Third baseman comes up, makes the play at first. Runner goes off a second. They throw to second. It's not in time. She kind of dropped it a little bit. Throw was not completely on target, and she stays safe at second. But the bunt down the third base line. Good play from Auburn to get her out at first. 1 away now in this 7th inning. So now number 13, Summer Crunk, playing in right field, batting in the 5th hole, comes up for Smith Station. 1 out, top of the 7th. They have a runner on second. Auburn High trying to flash the leather a little bit and get out of this inning. She shows bunt. That ball is high for ball number 1. One 0 count, 1 away, top of the 7th. Runner on second for Smith Station. Auburn High trying to hold them at 6 runs. Here's the 1-0. Takes a hack at it, can't make contact is Summer Crunk. Strike number 1. There's ones across the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for the 5th hole hitter Crunk. Has an infield single on an error and a strikeout so far today. Takes a hack at it, misses everything. Strike number 2. What a big out this would be if pitcher Allie Roberts could get her here. 1-2 count on Crunk. And she gets a piece of it, sends it back into the net. She stays alive at 1-2. Crunk in a battle with Roberts in the circle. 1-2 count, 1 away, top of the 7th, runner on second for the Panthers. Tried to catch the outside corner, good looking pitch, couldn't get the call. It's now 2-2. Auburn High trails Smith Station 6-2, trying to get out of the inning to bring up the bats. Here's the 2-2, and she hits a blooper up to the shortstop, makes the grab and throws over to first. It's in time. Runner does advance to third, but a good play at short from Kate Thornell. It was an awkward ball, had a weird spin on it. She was able to grab it, make the throw in time and on target at first. Runner is out at first, but the runner does advance from second to third. 2 away now in the top of the 7th. Smith Station has a runner on third. Can Auburn High get out of the jam? First pitch is a blooper fouled short right next to the catcher, I guess, and it's strike number 1. And it's number 6, Sabrina Fox. She's gotten on with an infield single off of an error so far today. Here's the 0-1 with 2 outs, top of the 7th. And that catches the outside corner. Good looking pitch from Allie Roberts. 0-2 now on Sabrina Fox. Can Allie Roberts get her 6th strikeout of the night? Here's the 0-2. And that's ripped foul past the Auburn High dugout, going over to the road and maybe into the woods. Still survives at 0-2, does Sabrina Fox, the first baseman batting in the 6th spot for the Panthers. Auburn High trails 6-2, trying to get out of this inning and go to the bats. Here's the pitch. It's a dribbler up to the pitcher. She bobbles it, tries to throw to first, and it's not in time. Not in time. Ball was hit right to Allie Roberts. She bobbled it. Runner took off towards first, and she couldn't make the throw in time. And a run scores for Smith Station from third. It's now 7-2 Panthers on top of the Tigers here in the 7th. We've seen that multiple times from the infield for Auburn, as that first pitch is just got a piece of it, but it's fouled down the third base line for strike number 1 for Emma Galarza. We've seen it a couple times, quite a few times, if you will, from the Auburn High infield. Just kind of bobbled the ball a little bit, couldn't make the throw in time. It's now 7-2 Smith Station on top of Auburn. Here's the 0-1. And she rips it back into the net for foul and strike number 2. 0-2 count on the 7th hole hitter, Emma Galarza. 0 for 3 so far on the night. Ground out, strikeout, and ground out. Here's the pitch, she bloops it up. Who's going to make the play? It's the shortstop. Runs over to third, makes the grab for out number 3. But Smith Station adds on an insurance run. It's 7-2 Panthers on top of your Auburn High Tigers. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Auburn High's got 3 outs to make something happen here on the Auburn High Sports Network, presented by the Orthopedic Clinic.
We are Sikhs, Sikh Americans.
We believe in equality,
tolerance, and respect for all.
Because Sikh values are American values.
We are doctors,
PTA moms,
patriots.
We are Americans. We like Game of Thrones.
I'm obsessed with Star Wars. I've seen every episode of SpongeBob because that's what my daughters like to watch.
We
are Sikhs.
Through the years, we've faced events that have challenged our lung health, and respiratory therapists saved lives through them all. We've come a long way since the iron lung, but respiratory therapy remains an essential piece to patient care. Heroically working on the front lines of COVID-19 and its new waves and variants, respiratory therapists save lives, essential to patient care. Take time to thank a respiratory therapist by getting your COVID-19 vaccine today.
Three outs to make it happen if you're the Auburn High softball Tigers. They trail Smith Station 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Auburn High again has 3 outs to make it happen. They trail the Panthers 7-2. They scored 2 runs in the 5th at Auburn High, but that has been it. As Zoe Davis is still in the circle for the Panthers. She sends it into the dirt for for ball number 1, and it's number 20, Abigail Helms, the 9th hole hitter for the Tigers to start off. She's had a good day, has a couple of hits, including a single and a double. Davis rocks and fires. And that's a little low and outside for ball number 2. Auburn High just looking for a base runner or 2 to get some momentum. They've had it all day long. They usually get a base runner or 2 and then have left them stranded so far, and they trail Smith Station 7-2. Here's the 2-0 from Davis. She rocks and fires. And it looked like it kicked off the catcher's leg maybe. It went back behind the catcher. It's a 3-0 count now. Abigail Helms, the 9th hole hitter, playing second today, has a 3-0 count. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 3-0. And it's high. It's a 4-pitch walk. Abigail Helms gets a leadoff walk for Auburn. Can't get them all back in one swing, but let's start with a base runner. We head to the top of the lineup. Lucy Curry for Auburn. She has a ground out and 2 flyouts today for Auburn. Be a good time for your first hit of the evening. Davis rocks and sends in the first pitch. She shows bunt. It catches the outside corner for strike number 1. After Curry, it'll be Jaden Jordan and then Lily Ondi if no outs are recorded. 0-1 count now to Curry. Runner on first for Auburn. She takes a swing and misses everything for strike number 2. 0-2 count now to Curry. Runner on first. Tigers trail the Panthers 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2 catches the outside corner. Called strike 3. First, Davis, believe it or not, I believe that's her first strikeout of the day. It is. That's what I've got on my book. First strikeout of the day for pitcher Zoe Davis. But even with that, she's had a pretty good game. She's given up some hits, only given up 2 runs so far for Smith Station. Auburn down to 2 outs now in this 7th inning. Jaden Jordan comes up swinging and hits it back into the net for strike number 1. One away, bottom of the 7th, 0-1 count to the second place hitter, Jaden Jordan. Auburn High trails Smith Station 7-2 They have a runner on first, just looking for some momentum in this 7th inning. The 0-1 makes contact, hits it into center field. She gets up under it right on the Auburn A, and she makes the grab for out number 2. Rachel Whitmer in center field makes the grab, and Auburn is down to their final out in this softball game against Smith Station. They trail 7-2. Update from Scott Bagwell from the baseball game. Baseball won Auburn High. They won their game. They are now 2-0 in area. So Scott Bagwell let me know about Auburn baseball at Smith Station. They win tonight, now 2-0 in area. So just a little update on the Auburn High baseball game as the first pitch to Lily Ondi is a ball. 1-0 count now. 2 away, bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-0. And she hits a hard ground ball up the third base line, but it pulls foul for strike number 1. Lily has an infield single, a ground out, and a single so far today. Another single would be big for Auburn. Runner on first, 2-0 count, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th, they trail 7-2. And that pitch is inside for ball number 3. Or excuse me, ball number 2. I thought it was the third one. It's ball number 2, so a 2-1 count, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-1 from Davis. Makes contact, sends it foul back behind the Auburn High dugout. And now it's 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The Tigers down to their final strike in this ball game. They trail Smith Station 7-2. Runner on first. Lily Ondi has a 2-2 count. Pitcher Davis rocks and fires. And it's high and away for ball number 3. Good eye from Lily Ondi. She has a full count. If she can get on base, it'll be Kate Thornell on deck for the Tigers. Three-two count, 2 out, runner on first. Pitcher rocks and fires, and it's low and in the dirt. It's a walk. Good eye. Good at-bat from Lily. She drops down to first. 2 on now for Auburn, and that brings up Kate Thornell, the shortstop, with 2 on and 2 away with 5 runs to make up for Auburn. So Kate Thornell, 0 for 3 so far today with 3 flyouts. Has runners on first and second. Here's the first pitch, and it catches outside corner. Strike number 1. Auburn staying alive. She hits a blooper into left. It gets down for a base hit. Everybody stays. Kate Thornell, the senior, she gets a blooper to left. It gets down for a base hit. Everybody's safe. The bases are loaded for Auburn. They trail 7-2, but in business as they bring up Allie Roberts to see if she can get her first hit of the day. A single or a double, anything really for Auburn to get some momentum. A 2-out rally against Smith Station. They trail 7-2. Bases are loaded for Allie Roberts. First pitch is in right down Broadway for strike number 1. Zoe Davis has pitched the entire game for Smith Station. Given up a few hits, 2 runs. She has the bases loaded in a jam. Can Auburn take advantage? Here's the pitch. Hard hit ground ball into the gap in center field. It's a base hit. 1 run scores. Everybody else stays. Allie Roberts gets her first hit of the ball game, and it's an RBI. Auburn now 7-3. They trail Smith Station. Bases are still loaded. It's a 2-out rally for the Tigers. Which will bring up Lissa Hood, number 18. She is 0 for 3 today, but the previous 2 batters were also 0 for 3, so let's get her first hit of the day. Auburn trails Smith Station 7-3. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Lissa Hood, the right-handed hitter, battling with Zoe Davis, the right-handed pitcher. And Hood calls time, steps out. And steps back in, left foot, then right. Drags her bat, puts it high off her shoulder. First pitch of the at-bat, here it is. And it's high and outside for ball number 1. 1-0 count now on Lissa Hood. She has the bases loaded. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Auburn trails Smith Station 7-3. Looking for a comeback. Here's the 1-0 from Davis. Gets a piece of it down the first base line and pulls it way foul over the fence for strike number 1. One count on Lissa Hood. Bases are loaded. Lissa Hood, a freshman, has a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Trying to put on another run for Auburn High. Here's the 1-1 from Davis. Rocks and fires, and it's outside for ball number 2. Good eye from Lissa Hood. The pitcher, Davis, steps out of the circle to reset. Gets the call and is ready to go. Stares down, rocks and sends it. Makes contact. It's a dribbler up to third base. She runs over, and was she safe? She took her time. She tagged the bag. Says she's out, and that is the ball game. The third baseman, she took her time. It was a head first dive at third. Tried to make the play, but they say she's out, and that is your ball game. It was a bang bang heads up play. Could have gone either way. Auburn High does not get the call, and that will do it. It is a 7-3 victory for Smith Station over Auburn High here at the Auburn High Softball Complex. Let's head to the break. We'll come back and wrap it up here at the Auburn High Softball Complex on the Auburn High Sports Network, Orthopedic Clinic.
Let's go!